Welcome to the Love and Meaning Podcast, where inner work is a lifestyle. Welcome back to another episode of the Love and Meaning Podcast. I'm your host, Chrystelle Robinson-Tiedemann. I have a love episode for you today, and a topic that has been in major discussion in my life of late is one of authenticity. Okay, authenticity is always a topic in my life, but really like deepening it. And what I was having a conversation around was we were talking about the pretty common occurrence of people having a really hard time showing up like in their truest authenticity in certain relationships. And underneath that is a fear of abandonment. So if I say this, that person won't like it and they'll leave me. If I do this, they'll disapprove and they'll leave me. And this is like for parents, siblings, partners, communities, entire cultures. Like, it often comes down to I need to be a certain way in order to ensure my acceptance and approval. And the interesting thing that came up was how multiple of us in this conversation have had scenarios where there's a particular person in their life where that person seems to influence their desire for approval the most. For me, it was my father. And when you find yourself in a position of really, caring to have that person's approval or that person's love, sometimes it can be very uncomfortable, or it is very uncomfortable to operate as your truest authentic self. But the truth is that it's not until we actually feel that pride, that kind of personal integrity of showing up as ourselves, that we truly feel a kind of love and internal approval that we truly desire. And so the people I'm having this conversation with are people who are in the world of personal development. And those of us like me, those of us like you listening to this, are super interested. It's almost difficult to not, it's painful to not show up in life as who we truly are. Even though we've all done it and are doing it to a certain degree, there is a constant pull on the inside to be more you. And so you could probably remember the very first time where you said your true no and the feeling of liberation that it gave you, or the first time that you made a major decision for your own life, where you're going to live, what you're going to study in university, the partner that you really want to be with, whatever it is, where you made that decision for yourself and it really was truly the right decision for you. And there were people that didn't approve, but you chose yourself. You chose your own heart, your own intuition, and you stood by what was best for you. There's a certain feeling that comes with that. There's a certain, and it includes challenge. Like, you can be doing this, bawling your eyes out, feeling the pain and the fear the terror even of being cast out. And for some of us, we have been cast out because of the decisions that we've made. But for a lot of us, what has happened is what I want to share today. And it's that what happened after we decided, after we chose ourselves, what happened after we finally really stood for what we knew was best for us, is that those individuals, and in the same time release the need for the approval, those same individuals turn around and for the first time we experience their approval. It happens time and time again. So I want to make clear that this message is not about, if you're looking for someone's approval, the way to get their approval is to no longer want their approval. That's not really the message, though that is true. The point is there is something about showing up in our truth frequency that gives other people, and especially people that truly do care about you. Because oftentimes the people that are disapproving of us do care about us, but they just seem to be under the impression that they know better than us what we need. So for those who truly do love and care about us and want the best for us, oftentimes there is a release of that part of them that even feels like you need to be taken care of. And it allows them to step into a position of actually seeing, oh, wow, like, oh, she's got this. And that aspect of like, you've got this, you can make decisions for yourself, you are being the master of your own destiny, they feel proud of and approving of. Oftentimes, the thing that is actually like entangling, that's getting in the way, is the need for the approval. And when a person truly loves and cares for us, if all they really do care about is our well-being and we are operating in our well-being, then this is where the match happens. This is where the alignment happens. And so for me, I have a history of making plenty of mistakes in my life. Like there are so many things that I trialed and errored as a 4-6 profile in human design. That 6th line of mine, which operates as a 3 line for the first 30 years of my life. 3 line individuals are the real trial and error people of the world. These are the proper terminology in human design is the martyr, though I prefer to call them the phoenix rising. And that is because oftentimes things kind of have to like blow up and they rise from the ashes. And so for the first 30 odd years of my life, I really did try a lot, and a lot blew up in my face, but I learned a shit ton of lessons and I really integrated them. And that is a true superpower of the 6th line. The 6th line in human design is the role model. And the thing is, in order to be a role model, you have been tested. You have been trialed, you have been tested. This is kind of our sacred deal when we came into existence. And you can ask all the 6 lines that you know, and the 3 lines, there's that overlap of like, we've really been through some shit. And so one of those things that was a major test in my life is when I got into a really bad car accident. I actually totaled my father's car. And that was a very difficult time for me in my life. And one of the things that made it emotionally more taxing was the extreme disapproval from my father. And all I really had wanted was his approval, even if it didn't seem like I was acting in a way that was just wanting his approval. I wanted to be myself and be approved. And so at that time of my life, it was kind of like my dark night of the soul. And my really, really deep, dark moment came soon after that. But after that came the rise. And in part of the rise, in embarking upon an inner work journey, in deciding that I'm going to be super committed to figuring out how the heck to be happy. And then when I pretty quickly accomplished that, and that was my introduction to law of attraction, Louise Hay and the Hay House world, I soon realized that my true passion is actually the personal development. It is the inner work. And lots in my life started changing. And I started living in alignment. And so a lot of great things started to manifest in my life. And I really started for the first time experiencing loving my life. And I wore my passion on my sleeve, not as a rebel, but now as someone on a mission. And it led me to my career, and then it led me to where I am now in coaching. And for the first time some years back, through my mother, is when I heard that the way my father speaks about me is with pride. And he actually feels incredibly proud of me and apparently says it all the time. I had no idea. And it felt really amazing to hear that. And the absolutely fascinating thing that clicked in is like, only in releasing the need for that is when it actually came. And the way that it came was me following the exact path that I was meant to, which is figuring things out and committing to showing up in life in a way that feels to me fulfilling. And very much before that, I was showing up in a way where I was trying to operate in the way that I was expected, fill the roles that were expected of me, and then constantly messing it up. Filling the roles that were expected of me, constantly messing it up. I dashed that all away, decided to commit to a life of exploration and figuring things out. The approval came. And it was an incredibly liberating experience. And the weight that it held, like, the thing is, the way that the approval hit when I got it is the way that it was actually meant to. And the thing is that if I had received the approval before that, it would not have felt the same way, because what I felt approval for now was what I was incredibly proud of myself. And so there was the match. I'm proud of me and you're proud of me. That's amazing. If I'm like, and like in a place of like, are you proud of me? Like, I'm doing the things that you want to do, and you're like, yeah, I'm proud of you. It's like, oh, it's more like the feeling of relief. It's not even a feeling of pride, of like a fulfilling feeling of accomplishment, like self-love. It's not that feeling. It's just simply like a need, not even a desire. So the thing that I was looking to feel, I couldn't actually even feel until I felt it for me. And then it got to be a match with someone else. So this is the love lesson, that in all the people that we're trying to please, that we're trying to seek approval of, yes, that feeling is wonderful. But that feeling is actually only possible when you feel that for yourself and it gets to be a match. It's not the same thing to need something and to get something in overflow, to be given something in as a gift. Think of the things that you need versus the things that you desire. Nobody needs a Louis Vuitton purse, but boy, do they want them. And they want them a whole lot more than they need most things. The feeling that you get when you need something cannot touch the fulfilling of a desire. And when it comes to our internal world, it has to be a match to what's already there for us to really feel the feeling that we're looking for this whole time. So a lot of the lessons in love really do come down to self-love. But I'm not even really talking about just like I love myself. This one is about I'm showing up for myself. I'm choosing myself. I'm trusting myself. I'm making decisions for myself. And I'm doing it in courage because it's not about needing anybody else to sign off on it. And it's not about needing anyone else to co-sign. It's about doing it for us, for yourself. And then you actually become available for the first time. You actually become a match for the first time for that true feeling that you thought that what we were calling what approval was before, you're actually for the first time a match for what that approval feeling is. Because it's a reflection of the internal feeling that you already have. And what it creates is overflow of that feeling. It's like a beam of light rather than, okay, I can survive. I'm just at it's overflow. It's a beautiful, beautiful feeling. And not even a highly excitable one. It's just like lit up on the inside. But it's only possible if that feeling is a match and available already inside of us. Other than that, it's all need, desperation, relief. Relief and joy are not the same. They're not the same. So the lesson in love here is we have to go first. We have to go first for us before we're looking for anything from anybody else for us. We have to go first. Be the first to approve of yourself. And not because we're doing it for other people's approval, but get ready to be really surprised and delighted by the unexpected places that it shows up. And it might be the opposite too. There might be some unexpected places where it doesn't show up. And then you'll realize that what you had before that you thought was approval was relief. Really sit with this one. Contemplate it. Expand on it. Reflect. Let it touch you. And then let it move through you to see if there's a different way. If there's any natural shifts and changes that will occur in the way that you choose for yourself going forward. I love you, and I will see you in the next one.